Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Brandon Burbank here, and I'm really excited because I have the wonderful opportunity to talk with you guys about a few topics pertaining to my business, Comeback to Success. And I'm going to try and keep it brief and focused around the why, for why I'm doing certain steps for my business growth and for the trajectory of my life that I'm trying to convey to my target market. Now, the purpose of this conversation to you all today is not just to like be bragging and talking about everything that I've done in my life and what's so incredible and how my life is so amazing and just ridiculously outrageous. That's not my point. Now, those are facts that are true in my opinion, for the better, but I will not be talking about that. My purpose is to help provide value to my customers, my follower base, my fans, so that they can be inspired, they can be aware of themselves and understanding that the certain things that are happening in their life, it's happening for a reason, but they have, I'm talking about us as humans, we have an opportunity to change ourselves for the better so that we can reach the goals in life that we've set our minds towards. And I'm the testimony of that. For those of you that have been fully, involved and aware of the progression of my business, and also for those of you that are, part of my been a part of my life, social life, personal life in my past. That's another thing that's really can give you a lens of perspective to help really see how I've made a lot of strides in my purpose, in my passion, in my business goals. And so that's the reason why I'm here today to talk with you guys about. So I have here a list of already some prearranged questions that I am going to simply answer to you guys um, for what's the word I'm thinking of? Um, Transparency. That's the word I'm thinking of. Communication, because I think that I believe that by communicating too effectively with honesty to my customers, to my follower base, that I will be able to help you better, serve you better through the products and services that my business Comeback to Success offers. Okay, so now that we got that little intro out of the way, which did not have to take 2 minutes and 44 seconds, I'm going to go into some of the questions here. The first question, starting with the introduction on what has led me to make this decision to move my business, Comeback to Success, to the state of Washington. So my answer to that is a financially motivating decision and a chance to help my market in Washington State. So, long story short, I've had lots of opportunities to collaborate with other professionals within Los Angeles County, and also throughout the United States of America. Obviously, for those of you that I know, I went to Nashville, Tennessee last July, and that was just a wonderful opportunity. So, that's to keep it brief, which is what I'm trying to do right now. I made this decision financially because it's going to help me grow my business and change the trajectory of it in a in a way that's like exponential. All right. So the next question I have, well, okay, wait. Before I go on, the last thing I have here is I'm getting a call. That's why. So getting more experience in the mental health field here in America. So for those of you that have read my book or watched any of my YouTube videos in the past, you understand that this diagnosis of bipolar disorder is something that has had an impact on my life and will continue to impact my life, which is why I have to make certain decisions accordingly based off of the outcomes of, excuse me, what I do say or what I don't say, or what I do and what I don't do could either help me or the opposite. Okay, so that kind of wraps up the why for moving out of Los Angeles and back here to Washington State. The next part is reflection of life in Southern California. I'm going to keep this brief, this little portion, because I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to be like just blah 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 blah. I think everything that I've said is important for all of you to know and understand more about myself as an entrepreneur, as well as the owner of Come Back to Success, and also as a professional speaker who has a large amount of experience both on stage and off stage. And for those speakers that can relate to this, they know that a famous quote is like 80% or 90%, 90, probably 90% of the work is done off the stage. And then the other 10% is on the stage. And so I'm the perfect example of that, if you can't tell by now. So that's why when it comes to me being on stage, I don't have a huge issue in that because I'm so used to it, because that's part of my gift from God. So but I was going to say the reflection of life in Southern California. So I lived in Southern California for over 2 years, successfully, financially free, and it was a, it was a, it was an authentic experience because I went in there with an open mind, and I came back. I left there changed in a good way for myself, for the benefit of my life, as well as the people around me. And then also the people who I want to aim it to help, to provide service to, which are my customers, which are my fans, my follower base. Okay, so then I'm gonna move on to the next question, which is what's next for me and Come Back to Success. So for those of you that have been following me, don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not. The business is still gonna be running for sure. I'm not gonna just like give up like a lot of people do in their life, which is sad, but that's not me. So that's that's the best, the simplest way I can say it. But then there's other things that are involved with change, such as geographical location, gigs, where are you going to be getting paid, et cetera, et cetera. Because there's so many different like characteristics that are involved with being a self-employed person, and that's why I'm here to trying to make it simple as well as for myself, because sharing this information publicly to you right now is still new to me in this way of how I'm communicating. And it's obviously going to change, but it's going to change for the better. All right, so the next question is, how did Downey, California speaking engagement turn out? So this is a speaking engagement that happened October 29th, Downey, California, or more generalized Los Angeles, California, and it happened. It happened. What did I say? It happened on like I already promoted it and everything on my social media platforms, and so, however, I did not upload the recording for your all benefit, because there's certain parts of it that I think is best for me to focus in on by learning more how I can better communicate what I need to communicate to the world, and also being able to communicate it in a way that's effective for my market, for the mental health community here in America. So take what take what you want with that. I know it might seem really complicated, but it's not. And I I'm very I'm very confident about the direction that my business is going, especially my speaking business, my speaking career, my speaking style. It's only getting better. And October 29th was a perfect example of how everything is starting to click. All the lights are starting to turn green. So why haven't I posted the recording? That's pretty much my answer that I have to share with you all today. Ways you can help. So donate to my GoFundMe page. I created a GoFundMe page over 2 years ago, and I have some financial goals there to help with the startup costs for the business. And also, being a self employed person, there's a lot of characteristics such as paying myself that are necessary for sustainability, et cetera, et cetera. Being an entrepreneur is hard, and so I intend to get another job here in Washington State while I'm continuing to grow my business, Come Back to Success. But the only thing I will say beyond that is I have to take it one step at a time, and then keep updating you all, because I think it's important for transparency again, that it will help provide you guys with better direction, tools, tool set of knowledge, so that you can change your life for the better. Oh, and then the other one is Patreon page, which is also another form of financial contributions, donations to my business campaign, Come Back to Success. And then the other thing that's an available way of supporting my business is also to buy a copy of my book, Come Back to Success: Relentless Commitment for a Better Tomorrow, and that will be on Amazon. The other thing, the last thing that I'll say is regarding my business as well. A professional website is in the making, and the completion of this project is still to be determined. However, I've been talking with specific investors um, in the recent past, and so things are moving, but because there's different logistics involved with investments and things like that that are very they're out of my control in some ways because I have like kind of objectives that I have to go through in order to get everything like cleared and processed effectively. So yeah, that's the unfortunate news, but at least it's getting in the right direction because what I'm trying to say and why I brought this up is that a professional website, is the number one thing I need. My business Come Back to Success needs in order to be on the market for gigs, for speaking engagements, to talk around the country, around the world. And then I'm going to just wrap up with a big thank you to everyone for your support who have been with me along this journey, along this way of the struggle, the ups and downs, and just being able to remind you all that there's always there's always sunshine after the rain. And I'm a firm believer in my faith and that God is going to be in the driver's seat of my life. And so I will continue to guide myself beyond my understanding by reaching to him for help and sustainability. And I just hope that you guys are staying well, staying healthy, and guys, just have a great rest of your day. Stay well, be blessed, and take care. Have a good one.